Hey, what up y'all? It's me, your boy, Lil D, coming at ya from the den with another nursing video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what is the role of a nursing assistant in the hospital. A little background about myself. I was a nursing assistant for 3 years on a neurotelemetry unit where I then became a nurse, which I've been a nurse for 3.5 years. But on the side, I teach clinicals for nursing assistant students. And in clinical, for my nursing assistant students, we always end up going to a nursing home, a skilled nursing facility, or an acute rehab. And my students always ask me, what is the role of a CNA in the hospital? And they're pretty shocked when I tell them. Before we get into it, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I put out nursing videos about 1 to 2 times a week. And yeah, show me some support and go and subscribe. I'm going to be mainly talking about the nursing assistants on my unit. So my unit has 28 rooms and they're split down the middle, so 14 and 14 for the CNA. And the CNAs in my hospital, they work 12-hour shifts. Now they could be part-time where they work 2 or full-time where they work 3 at 12-hour shifts. And mostly they make their schedule and then our manager approves it, but she never really declines anybody on the schedule that they want. The CNAs on my unit switch out at 6 o'clock and then the nurses switch out at 7. That way everyone's not switching out at once and the CNAs are a little bit more stable and can handle the call lights while the nurses get report. And then at the end of shift, the nurses are still on while the CNAs switch with them at 6 p.m. with the night shift, so it kind of balances the unit out. The first thing I would start doing is vitals, because on my neurotelemetry unit, these patients needed to have vitals checked 3 times, Q4 hours, so a total of 3, at 8, 12, and 4. So I would start making my rounds, going through the rooms, answering call lights as I go, but I would check vitals around 8 o'clock, because I got there at 6, is when breakfast would come, so I would check their blood sugars. And in the meantime, I'm still answering call lights. Around 9 o'clock to 9:30, I would go down the line and pick up everybody's breakfast tray, and you have to document how much they eat. After that, around 9:30 till 10:30 or 11, I would start giving baths. I would start changing linens. If people need to get up out of bed, I would also do that, while continuing to answer call lights. And then at 11 o'clock, it's time for vitals once again. And getting through 14 rooms may not seem like that difficult, but when you're getting stopped in each room, sometimes vitals can take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how you choose to document your vitals also. So I would write all mine down, and once I was done, I would go back to the computer and chart them. But some of the CNAs, they log in each room and they document the vitals. So everyone has their own way of doing it. Around 12 o'clock, we're halfway done with the shift for nursing assistants. And at this point, you're just like feeling it. You just got done with your vitals. You need to go back and do sugars. And sometimes there can be 2 sugars. Sometimes there can be 7 sugars. So you got to go back in those rooms. And sometimes you get stuck in those rooms again. And then it kind of starts over. At 1 o'clock, you go 1 to 1:30, you go pick up your trays, you document them, and then you do have another little bit of time to go and check on everybody, whoever needs to be cleaned up, who didn't, change the linens on those that you didn't. Pass ice waters at least once a shift is what we recommend, but sometimes the nurses end up taking them in anyways. And then at 3 o'clock, they start vitals again. They start emptying all the linens in the rooms as they go on this round. And sometimes they choose to do their waters at this time too. So it's like one final round. That way they have ice water for the night shift who comes on, who has meds, and for the evening meds for the nurse. Leading up till 5 o'clock, where you're finally writing down your report on what you're going to give to the CNA coming on for the next shift. And really what the CNAs need to know and pass on is who is the blood sugar, how do people get up, are they 1 assist, are they 2 assists, are they incontinent, do they wet the bed, and do they tell you, or do you have to check on them? Do people need to be turned Q2? So these basic ADLs are what CNAs need to do, and in the middle of doing all their ADLs throughout the day, they need to make sure that they're documenting what they do, because whatever you don't chart isn't done. Now every facility is going to be a little bit different, but this is pretty much the standard across, and CNAs might be able to do a little bit more or a little bit less, but this is really the role of a nursing assistant. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. If you haven't had enough of me yet, you can check out one of these other nursing videos, nursing assistant videos, because I do make both kinds on this channel. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.